episode of Rediscovering God. Today we are going to start a brand new series of short videos called Biblical Onomastics. Names are more than words. My name is Steve Eisenhower. I'm personally going to be diving into this little course, I guess you could say. A little bit about myself and why I chose to do this. So when I was in college, I studied foreign language and linguistics. So onomastics and language and how names are formed from different words just fascinates me. So my little background in studying language for quite a long time really piqued my interest and helped me make the decision to do this series of shows. But first things first, we need to understand our terms. Okay, so what is onomastics? Excuse me. So onomastics is the study of the history and origin of proper names, especially personal names, which is why biblical onomastics is going to be such a fun and really insightful series of shows because throughout the Bible, names hold so much weight. This is why this is important. A name is often a portent or a prophetic statement in itself. And to truly understand the language of Tanakh, the Bible, one has to understand that names aren't just like when I'm walking down the street and I introduce myself, hi, I'm Steve. It's just not what my parents liked out of the naming book. In most, excuse me, especially in biblical Hebrew, most of these names carried a message or, like I said, a portent, a prophetic statement about what the life or the future of the person the name was bestowed upon entailed. Okay? So for this episode, we're going to begin, upon request by a good friend, Esther. We're going to begin with Abram or Avram. So what exactly does the word Abram, Avram, what does it mean? Well, to understand, first, we need to back up from, like I said, the convention in modernity of how names work. A biblical name, in most cases, is like a contraction or an abbreviation, much like how Tanakh, Torah, Nevi'im, Ketuvim, forms a contraction or an abbreviation. So this is very similar in how the names worked. Okay? So which words make up the name Avram? Well, let's begin with spelling the name Avram. Okay? Aleph, Bet or Vet, Resh, Mem. And it's also quite important to bear in mind that biblical Hebrew does not use written vowels. So that'll play a big part in this as well. So firstly, Aleph, Bet, Aleph. Ava, Abba. This I'm sure is a very familiar word to most, even those who might not know any Hebrew. This means father. And from this, the Av in Avram is derived. And as I just said, this is followed by Ram, Resh Mem. This means high, eminent, or exalted. Okay? So, furthermore, from contracting these two Hebrew words, we create the name Avram, exalted father or high father. And this will take me to the next point, which is his name being changed. Okay, and that'll take us to Genesis 17:5. And Genesis 17:5 says, "And your name shall no longer be called Avram, but your name shall be Avraham, or Abraham, for I have made you the father of a multitude of nations. So now we see that we have a new spelling. Okay? Aleph, bet or vet, resh, hey, that's the new letter, and mem. Like I said, the hey is the only letter that is added in the name change. But what does it signify? And what exactly does it change from exalted father to father of a multitude? Okay, so quite simply, the acronym seems to only change subtly, but it's actually changing from a two-word acronym, to a three-word acronym. Okay, so you now have father, Ava, Aleph, Vet, Aleph, Hai, Ram, Resh, Mem, and now the third word, which means multitude, Hamon, He, Mem, Vav, Nun. Okay, we're not going to get deep into the linguistics of why Hamon is spelled that way, but that is the new word that is added, which means multitude. So if you say it all together, Ava, Ram, Hamon, and then you contract it, the new name you get, Avraham, which could simply be translated to the exalted father of a multitude, and without delving deeply into the midrashic meanings behind the name, father of a multitude. So how can we apply this to what we know about the Bible and even the world around us? So from Avraham is born Ishmael. Then to Sarah is born Isaac and multiple other children. His covenant is established through Isaac, as I'm sure everyone knows, and then on to Jacob, and continuing on to what we now know as the nation of Israel, which is made up of the 12 tribes, bearing the names of Jacob's sons. Through Ishmael, we also are told that he would be the father of a great nation. And anyone who is familiar with modern-day Arabia would simply agree that his descendants have in fact become rather successful and prosperous. And in modern religious terms, three of the world's most influential and prominent faiths trace their roots back to that of Avraham. You have Judaism, of course, and all its derivatives. If you want to say Noahidism is a subgroup of Judaism, I wouldn't say that. Regardless, Christianity is considered an Abrahamic faith, and Islam. Islam, the youngest of the three Abrahamic faiths, in most cases traces itself back to Ishmael, as Muhammad was from Arabia. So not only biblically, but in modern culture, we see the significance of this very important name. So yeah, I'm Steve Eisenhower, and thank you for watching Rediscovering God.